The first thing that I kind of want to just dabble on for a moment, because I really do think that it's the foundation of being a human that so many of us miss. And this is this concept of procrastination,
Mm.
planning, and organization. And it's so simple, yet if you don't do it, it could cause so much
Oh gosh, rippling
havoc
effects.
within your life. Like, if you wouldn't have been on a regiment and would have been procrastinating
Mm.
this mammogram, the story would have been way different.
Oh, definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And
Do
I'm far from being a procrastinator. I mean, I'm probably on the other side of that spectrum. In my podcast, for example, the podcast that I have the recordings all the way out till the 20th of April.
Wow.
So I'm not much of a last minute person. I don't know if that comes from being in the Army for 21 years, being an officer in the military, having a lifestyle of a regiment and needing to have things in order, being a leader and have people follow you and trying to have things set up for success. So yeah, I can definitely see where being procrastinating doesn't work. I mean, let's don't get it wrong. I can lay in bed like nobody's business and rest and think of the 60 things I want to do, and then I'll jump up and do them and maybe go back to bed. But it will hurt you being a procrastinator.
Yeah. And the planning out of things to make sure
Yes.
that we're taking care of ourselves. Is that something that you talk a lot about on your podcast or with your community, as far as, taking
Hmm.
action, making plans?
I've not really thought about the idea of the importance of scheduling, but taking action, yes. Actually, one of the things that we do with Widowhood Real Talk with Tina, we have what's called a Wednesday Widowhood tip. And that is a call to action because there are little things that a someone grieving a widow goes through, and you're needing someone to encourage you. Just this week, the call to action was to not feel guilty for still being alive, to be able to realize that, yes, your loved one is no longer here, but that call to action for that remaining person is to value your life. And then I talk about different things that I did to be able to eliminate that guilt for myself, which was one, having a little journal to write. And it was a little pocket sized journal that I just needed to capture 3 things a day that made me happy, and be able to have something the next day to look forward to. Because if I was not intentional in that, and if I was not purposeful in doing that, the grief can swallow you up. It can make it that you just cannot be of any capacity because the brain is so much in a fog of that loss. But it is necessary to be, I think, even more intentional during that time than any other. I didn't go back to work for 3 months. I share about that, and I shared what I did during that time because I needed to determine I could do this, but I couldn't do that. And the things that I could do were for my well-being, and the other things, if they weren't that important, they would fall off the side and I would pick them up later. So not so much as directly saying this is a schedule, but I do talk about things about being intentional and making actions and making plans in that nature.
Yeah.